welcome to my channel over here, and I'm finally doing a video that I have had planned for you guys for quite some time, but life has just gotten in the way. I'm going to show you what I typically do for like my spring look. So this is kind of the look I've been doing as a more glamour look in the springtime, not just a quick, easy, everyday look. So this might be a long video because I'm going to share all the products I will be using. Now, these products may not be the same exact products, but they're going to be these type of products. I don't use these same exact ones every day, but the same type. So grab a snack, grab a drink, because it's going to be a long one, and make sure you smash that subscribe button, give the video a thumbs up, and have that bell notification on so you're notified of all my uploads. And we're going to jump on into the spring look for you guys. All right, we are going to start out with eyes. And also, I'm trying natural lighting today, so I apologize if the lighting is going to be off a little. I might have to adjust it a little bit in editing just for you guys. But it's nice and sunny. We finally have some sun. It's been so off and on with sun. Like, we'll have sun, and then, like yesterday, it was cold, then it was sunny, then it snowed, then it got sunny again. I just live in the weirdest spot, you guys. There is no 4 seasons here. We get summer and winter. We don't really get a spring, and we don't really get a fall. Although this is abnormal that we've been getting rain the last like week, because we typically, like I said, don't get a spring. It goes from really cold and snow to overnight really hot. So I figured with this being a spring look, we will use natural lighting, see the beautiful sun outside, and hopefully it works. If not, like I said, I will just have to do a little bit of editing with the lighting, but we're going to try to work with it. All right, I'm going to use the Milani Gilded Nude. It's got some really pretty pinks. I've kind of been experimenting with different looks for my eyes, trying to, you know, get out of my comfort zone here. So we're going to go in with like this peachy pink right there first. We're going to apply that, and then we'll go in with a different color. But yeah, I've been trying to experiment a little bit more and get out of that comfort zone, because I typically stick, if you're not new to this channel, you know, I typically stick to like nudes and browns, like cool tones and warm tones of nudes. But this is a very light pink, and it's really, really pretty. Hopefully it's going to show up on camera because it's very light. Essentially, this is going to be our transition color. I'm not really caring too much about how much it's going to show up. But this is just kind of the look I've been doing the past week, maybe, you know, trying to get summer or spring to hit us. And I'm someone that even in the fall, I like a glowy look, but I definitely like that in the spring and summertime. I'm very much a glowy look type of person. So we're applying this lighter pink as like a transitional shade. And then we're going to go in, that one was called Me Time. Now we're going to go in with Offline, and it's like this purplish pinky color. That's going to be our next color. I always tap off the excess. And we're just going to go right on top. And I'm using a Complex Culture. Is that what this one is? All over shadow brush. This one's a really nice brush. I don't do too much of like this sweeping motions on my lids, just because I have hooded eyes and I have loose skin up there. So I like to tap, and then I'll do some circular motions to blend those two colors together, but not too much. And it seems to work well for me. You know, makeup is makeup. I feel very personalized. I feel like it is very personalized. Forgot the word it there. So I feel like there are some like hard and fast rules that I tend to follow. I don't know if you guys do. Comment down below, let me know if you are a rebel and you just do as you please. You don't follow some of those rules. Like if I'm using a powder foundation, I will do creams first if I'm going to use a cream, blush, bronzer, highlighter, liquid products like that. And my concealer goes on before my powder foundation. But for the most part, I really just do what I want, and that's how it should be. Makeup, I feel like, is so like artistic. Like you're painting your face pretty much. You can do it however you please. Use products however you like. Just because a product was made or intended for something doesn't mean anything. Like a lot of times, everyday looks, before I got back into shadows, because I don't know, that Tarte that I got, those two Tarte, I'm going to use my setting spray. I forgot the one that I normally have been using to wet my brush. I've been using a brush again and wetting it, and I actually really, really like that. Prevents less fallout, and it's just nicer. We're going to go in with Keep Scrolling. It's like a pinky brown, and we're going to put that on the lid. But yeah, I don't know, that Tarte that you guys saw a while back in the first impressions, okay, it's more of like a goldy pink. It looks more brown in the pan, which I've used this before. I'm not sure why I didn't realize that. It's been a while since I've used this palette. As you guys saw when I showed you, it's definitely one that's well loved and well used. I do really like this eyeshadow palette from Milani. It's the only one I own, and it's the first one I ever bought. I am interested in others. I just, again, wasn't really into shadows until the Gilded, I think is what it was called, duo eyeshadow palettes that I got from Tarte. I showed you guys in that first impressions video a while back, and I've really gone into eyeshadow again. Before that, I was talking about how, you know, just because a product is made for something doesn't mean you have to use it that way. So before all that, I would just throw on a little bit of powder bronzer in my crease and call it good. Like, I didn't use a lot of eyeshadow. I used to really, really love eyeshadow, and then I don't know, I kind of just got out of it. I think it was just a frustration for me of having hooded eyes and trying to find a good way and looks with eyeshadow that I liked on my eyes. And I think I've got that down, but it just really pulled me away from shadows for a while. But I'm getting back into them. And it may have also been just the winter time, like, because springtime, there's all these pretty colors, and I'm trying to get out of my comfort zone more. So I definitely using shadow a lot more. All right, I'm going to clean up just a little bit of fallout real quick, and then we're going to hop into our primer that is going to be a primer on top of our sunscreen. Okay, so we'll go back to that because I'm going to put some eyeshadow on the lower lash line for eyeliner like I typically do. But we're going to now go ahead real quick, and I'm going to use this for under my eyes. It's a Lancome La Base primer. I've really been enjoying this to use as like an under eye primer for my concealer. It really smoothes the under eyes. I have used it for my face, and it's nice all over. It definitely is nice for your face as well, but it really does smooth the under eye. I've got some texture just right there in the corner, so that's mainly where I focus it, and then I just blend it all over under the eyes, like bring it up like I do with how I do my concealer. I just will start over here and then go up with what's left on my brush or my sponge. Like, I don't apply too much where my fine lines and stuff are, and I don't usually go like above my lash line. All right, so now we're gonna go ahead, I'm gonna pull my hair back just a little for this part. We're gonna go ahead and go in now with our e.l.f. Whoa Glow Broad Spectrum. So I use this as obviously sunscreen because that's what it is, but it gives such a beautiful glow. And like I said, I am someone who loves a glow, summer, winter, all year round. I love a glow. So I've been really enjoying this, and you got your sunscreen, and then you also have your glowy, dewy primer on top of it. So, and I feel like that's what summer is all about. Summer is about the natural skin look, the glow. I don't know. I feel like in the summertime, I like to do like a more glam look every once in a while, but I like the more natural look, and some of the products definitely can do that, and this is going to give such a beautiful glow to our skin and then protect us. Like I said, I don't use all these products every day, but I use these type of products. So if it's not too sunny out, I'll go in with my normal sunscreen and then a different like glowy primer. Like I have the Glow Recipe, I have the one from Essence, even that new Power Grip primer from e.l.f. that has a niacinamide actually gives a nice glow as well. So while we let that set, I'm going to go ahead and go back to eyes, and we are going to do our lashes. And I'm also going to take some paper towels. If you guys have seen my videos, you know I like to take my sponge and squeeze it out in that. If I'm using a sponge for my foundation, which I've gone back to a sponge. I was using like brushes for a while and then just going over it with a sponge as well to kind of mush everything together. But I've been going back to just using a sponge, especially because I really like the sponge that we're going to use. This is the e.l.f. Lash and Roll. This is going to give us a natural eye look. And I don't typically apply mascara to my lower lash line unless I'm going somewhere. So unless I'm going out with the hubby or we got something going on with the kids, like tomorrow, Lillian has track. She has a track meet tomorrow. If I would be doing my makeup, I would probably apply it to the lower lash line. But see how that just gives some great volume. I really, really like this. And it's a great dupe for the Benefit one. The Lash or whatever the Benefit one is called. And clearly, I think e.l.f. was trying to dupe Benefit. Like, I feel like that was obvious with this. And that was also in my dupes video, which you guys should definitely go check out because there are some really, really good dupes there. But yeah, tomorrow Lillian has a track meet. And so it's at 3:45 and I get off at 3 and it's about a 45-minute drive where the track meet is at from where we live. So I can't really go home and put on makeup, and I don't wear makeup to work. I did on Mondays because I worked a midday shift. So a shift where I worked at, I think it was 3 to whenever our freight got there and I got done with freight. But I don't work that now. I work mornings for that shift. So I don't wear makeup to work anymore. I will sometimes put it on after work. So if I had time, I would put it on tomorrow and then I would do mascara on the lower lash line. But we're going straight from work. My husband actually has to bring me a change of clothes to change out my work clothes because we have to go straight from my job to her track meet. All right, we're going to use the Revlon Luminous Skin Caring Foundation. I have mine in shade 201. It has 5% squalene, hyaluronic acid. It's amazing. This actually, I'm really, really thinking about still picking up that Say Beauty one. I've talked about how I didn't want to get it because I felt like I don't usually do a lot of like looking into things and watching others' reviews before deciding to pick up a product to review for you guys. But I did with that one for some reason. I think maybe it's because I did see it kind of all over the place, especially on YouTube. So I did look into it more and it just seemed more work than it's worth to try to get it to work with your skin. And it says don't put on, you know, your skincare, or it's best without applying your skincare because it already has skincare in it. And it could kind of collide with the skin care that is in that foundation. I don't know. I decided not to pick it up, but I'm starting to think maybe I should so we can test a dupe for it because I'm thinking this is a dupe, you guys. This is such a beautiful glow. Even if we didn't have a glowy base underneath, it does give such a pretty glow. I've worn it with matte primers as well, and it's just so, so, so beautiful. Also, sometimes I will put on a glowy primer and then a smoothing / pore filling primer, but today we're just going with the glow. We're not going to put on any type of other primer. But here's what that foundation looks like. It just looks so natural. You can still see some of my skin coming through. You can still see my sun damage spot a little. You can still, you know, it's not full coverage, and I'm not really into full coverage anymore. It's just such a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful foundation, you guys. It's so easy to blend, so lightweight. Like, I can't even feel it. Oh, I need to get up for a minute. I'll be right back. I need to grab a lip product. So we're going to put on this while we let our lips kind of sit there and get all moisture nourished for our lip product. We're going to use the CoverGirl Yummy Glosses. I really like this too. And sometimes, again, I'll just go in with like a gloss like this or a lip oil for my lip product in the spring and summertime. And that's it. No actual lip product. All right, now we're going to go in with our concealer, and we're going to use the IRL filter in C4. It's a soft matte. I really like the doe foot because it's really flexible and bends with your, like your skin. But it's very light coverage, and I kind of like that in the spring and summertime. As I said with the foundation, it's very, very lightweight, and it's got like the skin loving properties in it. It's just really, really nice. And I don't need a full coverage, especially if I'm going in with a lighter foundation like we did. I'm not going to go in with a super heavy foundation. And see how I'm going under like that? And then I'll bring up what's left just right at that lash line and call it good. I like the kind of minimum look in the spring and summertime, especially because you're so hot, you guys. I'm thinking about doing a summertime look too, because summer, there are a few things that I will change about my look in the summertime, but for the most part, it's the same. Then I'm just going to take that sponge just to make sure we smooth everything together, and voila, we're all good. All right, now we're going to go ahead and set down just the center part of the face and like our T-zone, and we're going to use the Kosas Cloud Set. This is such a good powder, you guys. Such a good powder. I think I, though, also have a dupe for this. There is a new one that I have found. I found at Walmart, and I'm in love. So I'm just doing the center parts of my face. And this does such a good job of smoothing and blurring. So I will apply a little bit where my pores are, but not too much. And just down the center part of my face, because I still like to have the outer portion dewy. All right, now we're gonna go in with brows, and it's just the NYX Micro. I really need to get a new one. I just haven't made it to Ulta recently. And I'm letting these brows grow. So I honestly haven't been doing my brows very much because they kind of are like messy at the moment, I guess is the right word. So it's something I haven't been doing on a daily, but I wanted to share with you guys, like, if I was doing a look, this is what I would do. And that's about it. But that's also another reason why I haven't like made it a point to rush to Ulta and get a new one, because again, I haven't really been doing the brows. I'm trying to let them grow back, and it's working. They're slowly growing. I stopped plucking them and cleaning them up. I did some research. Other than, you know, buying products that are like $60, what can I do to help them grow? And they're definitely growing. All right, and then I don't always do this, but we're going to do this today because I'm going to the gym. We're going to use our Milani Brow Wax. I really do enjoy this, but I want these to stay put because, like I said, I'm heading to the gym after this. So we're just going to put a little brow wax in those brows so they will stay where they need to stay. All right, now we're going to hop into some bronzer, and we have our luminous putty bronzer. So in the springtime, I like a luminous glowy look, so I'm going to apply a luminous product. Like I said, not necessarily is it every day am I using this one, oops, but it's going to be a luminous product. So I'm going to take this Color Pop brush, and I like more of a loose brush for a like a cream product like this. But see how, hopefully you guys can see it because we're trying that natural lighting, but it's giving such a pretty natural luminous look. And this is like very natural color to my skin. So I feel like this shade is really good for the springtime and even the summertime because it's natural. It's not looking like I tried, you know, that I put makeup on to make it look like. If you want like a more bronzed look, I would go with the next shade up or more. Yeah. That natural light I don't feel like is working too much. But then to set that down, we're going to go in with our Essence Luminous Bronzing Powder. I really do like this powder, and I'm going to use this Moda brush. It gives some nice color, so it will bring a bronzed color, but it's also setting down that powder, or setting down that bronzer we just put on without having to use a powder. Because if I use a powder, powders are typically matte, right? Then it takes away from that luminous look that I have going on the outside of my face. And I want to keep that luminosity. So we're going to set it with another glowy, kind of luminous bronzer. So there we have that. It looks like it's all like, I think it's the lighting. Hopefully when I get this edited for you guys, I'll have to fix the lighting because it just looks like almost a glob of bronzing powder. I promise you it's not like that. All right, now we're going to go in with our blush. And I have fallen in love with this Ulta Blush Beam. I definitely want to get more shades. This is so pretty. It's so creamy and pigmented as well. Like, so pigmented and creamy. All right, so because of that, we are taking a slanted loose brush like this, and I'm literally just lightly, look at that, just lightly dabbing into it, and we already have lots of pigment there. But I really like these pinky shades, and then the shade that we're going to set it with for the springtime. I love like a mauve-y pinky shade like this for our summer look, but so pretty. And again, this is very luminous as well. And then we're going to be setting it down with more of a matte blush. However, it does got some luminosity, and the luminosity from this cream shines through this. So this is the Essence, the blush in Believing. It's like this mauve purple, but it's so pretty. So pretty, you guys. So we are going to set down that blush with this, and this is so pigmented as well. You don't need a lot at all. So we're just lightly setting. I like to tap it off, just apply a little bit, tap it off, and just apply a little at a time, build it up. Because I don't want too much. I don't want too much blush. I know some people love that look, and if that's your thing, more power to you, man. I have what I found out not very long ago. I have rosacea, which makes sense why my face gets so red so easily when I'm stressed, if I'm overheated, things like that. I always wondered if it was rosacea, but I just thought maybe I was allergic to heat, or I had like something with the heat, you know. All right, now we're going to go back under our eyes with this eyeshadow, and we're just going to apply both of those colors that we used. So I'm going to dip into both those shades, tap off a little, and we're just going right up to that lash line. And if you didn't notice, I did not set our under eyes because I don't feel like with this concealer I need to. Some of them I do. Some I will have to absolutely set, but if I don't have to set a concealer because I don't like powders under my eyes, although I do have some really nice ones, and it's good to have those ones for the products that I have to set. But if I don't have to set, I'm not going to set under my eyes. I try to leave that kind of minimum with just the concealer products, or like a brightening product or whatnot. And I am linking, as you see here on my outer corner of my eye, with that shadow under the eye. I'm linking those together. And the under eye looks so good, you guys. It's a medium coverage, and it's just very minimum creasing. All concealers crease on me, so I look for one that doesn't crease much at all, and that one does not. All right, now as far as highlighter. Again, highlighter is something that I got out of for a while. But then the highlighter we're going to use today, which again is not a product I use every day, and highlighter isn't something I still use every day, but I'm showing you guys what I would do as my whole makeup kind of glam out spring look. Because in springtime, if I'm doing a minimum look, I don't go with all this. I wouldn't set down, say, the bronzer and blush with a powder. I would just lightly set that with setting powder, to kind of keep more of that luminosity or bring some of that luminosity back with a dewy setting spray like the e.l.f. one or even the one that we are using today. I would just go very light on the eyes, maybe even just bronzer in the lids. So things like that. So I'm showing you guys like a full glam. But this Rare Beauty highlighter is what got me back into highlighters. So we are going to use her today. We're not going to put her on the cheeks because I feel like we're dewy and glowy enough there. We got that blush that seemed to work well there. But we are going to do some here on the Cupid's bow. We're going to do the center part of our face. As you can see, she is so loved. I have her in Exhilarate, and I love this shade. So pretty. You need so minimum. Like, you don't need much at all. So we're just doing down the center part, and then we're going to take this brush and pull them in the inner corner to give some light to that inner corner, just a little bit. Like I said, got out of highlighter too, just like I did with eyeshadow, and kind of around the same time actually, but I don't know, I got back into it. I'm not sure what happened there. All right, so we only have 2 more products. This isn't as long as I thought it was going to be. We are going to go with our Fenty Popsicle Lip Stain. So in the spring and summertime, like I said, I'll go in with just a gloss. I'll go in with a full lipstick, lip liner, the whole works. Even put like a lip oil or gloss on top of it. I'll go in with a lip stain. I mean, I'll go in with anything really with my lips in the spring and summer, kind of just what I'm feeling that day. And today, we're going to go with the stain. So I'm going to take just a little bit of this off. I still want to keep some of that on because I want to keep my lips nourished. But this one is in, which one did I get? Maui type, and it's such a beautiful, like reddish pink, and I feel like it's perfect for this time of year. And I'm not doing a liner because I really don't have one that matches this too well. I have like bright red ones, but no like pinkish red. And then I have some that are like a light nude pink. But I don't feel like with this one, I personally don't feel like I need a liner with this one. So I just go in and start by just putting it in the middle and go with just a little bit. And I like to build it up. But this is such a comfortable lip product. Now, I like lip stains. And then I'll go kind of more out towards the edge. Lip glosses. I like lip oils, all of that. For the summertime, it's really hard for me to talk, guys. Sorry when I'm doing my lips. For the spring and summertime, because you're eating a lot. You're eating and drinking, you're going to barbecues, you're going to parties, etc. So that's why on more of a daily basis, this is what I would do. Maybe not necessarily a full out glam if I'm going to a party, but I don't really go to many parties. I have children, a husband, we do family stuff. So this is more my family everyday glam look. All right, guys, so we just have our setting spray and we're done. All right, let me throw that hair back up so I can try to not spray my hair. We're gonna go in with Miss Charlotte's Airbrush Setting Spray. I got the mini a while back for, I believe it was my dupes video. And this has lasted me a long time. I use it very often. We're almost out, but I do use it often. This will set down that makeup. So while you're sweating from that heat, it's gonna last. And it does give you some glow as well. Like you do get a dew from it. So I really do like it. I feel like it very much is a dupe to the Milani or maybe even the e.l.f. Dewy one. I feel like the e.l.f. one's more dewy, so this is more of a dupe, I feel like, to the Milani one like I showed in my dupes video. All right, guys, so that is it. This is our everyday, or no, not everyday. This is our glam up, just easy spring look. Comment down below. Let me know what you guys like to do for spring. Do you normally make it quick and easy, or do you like to glam out every day? I would love to hear from you guys. I love interacting with you in the comments. And like I said earlier, don't forget to smash that subscribe button. I would love for you to be a part of my family over here. And I will also have my social medias down below, and I would love for you to follow me down there. Like I said in my previous video, I apologize for being MIA. We're so busy right now. When Lily gets in track, just adding track onto everything else in our life, we get real busy. So I'm going to try to at least have one video a week uploaded for you guys. The 3 week is probably gonna not happen until she's done with track, and then we'll be back to that. So I apologize for you guys sticking that out with me and being patient and staying here. But please subscribe, give the video a thumbs up, make sure your bell notification's on, and I'll be back very soonish. Thanks for watching. I love you guys. Bye.